Huh?
Tell me about compassion.
Compassion.
Yes.
Hatred is very close to compassion.
Okay. Maybe actually, you know what? The other day when I was asking, I think the question, what I also want to understand is, who is more of a giver? Maybe I'll discuss this again during this answer. But is a person who is more okay? If a person is more a giver in terms of is that person more compassionate compared to, or keeping compassion itself aside? I don't know. These are two things which are coming to mind. Right? What according to you?
So what is the question exactly?
How would you define compassion?
Do you want a scientific explanation of what happens in the compassion?
Lovely. I would be happy to know.
So, one of the things that we work in Kundalini Yoga is we activate the vagus nerve. Not the Las Vegas nerve, the vagus nerve. So the vagus nerve is the nerve which is starting from the base of the stem of the brain, connected to all organs which is on the lower abdomen, the stomach, the digestive system, the liver, the kidney, the spleen, right? So this is the nerve which is responsible. When these nerves gets activated, you naturally tend to gravitate towards other human beings. You start inclining your feeling towards other human beings. So when this particular nerve is not very active, you become more introverted and more selfish. And that's why people who are non-compassionate have problems like to do with the liver and kidney, spleen, the digestive system. A lot of digestive problems actually happens with a lot of selfish motive. So that's the science behind what we do in the Kundalini Yoga, or the other kriyas what we do, is to activate this vagus nerve. It's the very activation of vagus nerve is your feeling starts to go out of the body. Rather than holding it inside, your feeling starts to incline towards other people. Now, depending upon how deep you have gone activating your vagus nerve, if it's not 100% active, you'll only select people who you're going to have compassion with. You'll have selections. You'll have compassion towards your family. You'll have compassion towards your friends. Only selective people. But when a stranger comes along, the whole compassion is taken a side track, like a back seat. You have absolutely no compassion because you're being selective. The process of selective compassion. So when this nerve gets activated at the highest point, your compassion just flows without an address. It doesn't have to choose and select, okay, I'm going to have compassion with this. There's a lot of experiments which is being conducted, with the nerve like this, with the vagus nerve. And some people have compassion with the people who they think there's a familiarity. Right? When they see a child, for example, maybe you've had a very troubled childhood, and you see a child, so now you start to have compassion with the child. But at that stage, the child needs no compassion. But your compassion starts going out to the child. That's selective process again, depending upon your conditioning and where you're coming from. But on the other hand, the child's mother needs compassion. But that compassion is not reaching them because you're not resonating with that woman. So this is a whole big experiment which is being conducted, which has got to do with the vagus nerve. And that is what the fundamentals is in Kundalini Yoga, is we activate the vagus nerve, one of the nerves, very important in human emotions, the vagus nerve. And that's when when we do the retreats, or whenever we do the sadhana in the morning, we feel not just compassionate and many other emotions flowing through, love, happiness, joy. They all start to come up because we are activating because it's all within us. We are a planet sufficient unto ourselves. We have all the resources within us. We have all that we need within us. It's about going to those centers and activating those centers within us. And that's the emphasis of the retreats, what we do. we open up more and more, you know. So that's the science behind compassion. But I don't want to narrow it down to science because it's much more bigger than that, you know. We can talk about that in this thing. Okay, so